Welcome, everybody, to another Story of the Shot. I'm really excited today to have Charlotte Gruneau here to share the story of how she captured this amazing coastal wolf photo. How's it going, Charlotte?
It's great. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Happy to have you. It's been a while since we've chatted, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while, but I'm
Yeah.
really
Well,
happy to
like
be back.
this anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. How has photography been for you lately? It's been good?
It's been good. Yeah. I've learned a lot in the last little bit. I broke my camera last year, so that
Oh,
was really sad.
yeah.
But I actually happened to like kind of luck out in a really amazing way and get a new setup. So that
Oh,
was
nice.
really fortunate.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
yeah, so it was good. It fell
Yeah.
off my tripod and I was very upset about it.
We've all made those
Yeah.
mistakes. That's for sure. There's probably not many of us that haven't broken something. That's for sure. I
Yeah.
certainly have. Yeah. I've drowned things. I've done it all. Yeah. Um,
Yeah. But yeah, it's been good.
good. Well, I'm excited to hear more about this. I know a little bit about it from a little bit we've talked, but I'm excited to hear about this whole thing because it really seems like this is something that people go do destinations for. They're trying to work for it. These are not easy to find, are they?
No, not easy at all. And I still can't even really believe that this happened. So yeah, it's it. Like people can go their whole life searching
Yeah.
for wolves and never see them. So I've been really, really lucky.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So let's do it. Let's go back to the beginning. What precipitated this? What started it? How did you get this photo?
Yeah, so I've always loved wolves, always been really intrigued by them. Obviously, like they're, kind of like dogs in a way, and I love dogs. And I find I'm really fascinated by predators, and especially just animals that are, have a deep capacity for emotion
Hmm.
and feeling. And I think wolves are really just like kind of the epitome of that.
Yeah, they're communal,
So
right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, like they're social, but they're kind of they're you can have lone wolves, and
Hmm.
they're like people kind of, but better.
Yeah. Yeah. As most
Anyways,
wildlife is, right?
yeah. So I just like have always been intrigued by them, always wanted to see one. I mean, who doesn't want to see one?
Yeah.
But I I basically had heard of this place is just basically at the northern tip of Vancouver Island,
Okay.
where you can see wolves or where wolves have been spotted
Hmm.
before. And I had it in the back of my mind that I wanted to see them at some point, but I didn't really like know when that was going to happen or if I was ever going to try. And so it started basically kind of going back. It started when I decided to do a 9-month adventure tourism program
Nice.
where I learned a bunch of skills, like wilderness skills, and
Oh, okay.
you get a bunch of certs. And like,
Yeah.
I wanted to do guiding, like wildlife guiding.
Hmm.
So I had like a vision that I wanted to work for this bear watching company up like on northern Vancouver Island,
Okay.
where you take a boat out and you go and you view the bears
Nice.
from the boat.
Yeah.
So I decided to do this program mostly because I wanted to pretty much just become more self-sufficient in
Yeah.
life. Yeah, and just like I was nervous like at the idea of going out, especially by myself, especially being a woman, and
Hmm.
just like there's different things that come along with that.
But I think so many of us as wildlife photographers, at least for myself, like you dream about that sort of experience of like just imagining yourself like being out in the wilderness on your own, taking care of yourself, living off the land, like that kind of thing. And
Yeah, totally.
the reality is like very few of us actually do that and follow through, right? It's like this sort of dream,
Yeah.
and wildlife
Yeah, no,
photography
I
is
love
like
it too.
a little bit of that every time, but you're never quite at that level, you know?
Yeah, like, like I will like find myself sort of like embellishing it in my mind where I'm like, really, I just like drove to a parking lot and I
Yeah.
got out of my car.
Yeah.
but this was definitely like one of those moments. So yeah, so I did this program, and we had all sorts of like things that we were learning, like, starting fires and like how to set up tarps and
Yeah.
all these things. We weren't allowed to use tents in the program. We basically
Ah,
had to like learn how to set up our tarps like a tent.
okay.
And so um, in the like, you'll see later, but in the like this situation, I didn't have a tent because I basically had been like trained to not use a tent. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I have this tarp uh
I mean,
set
it's
up.
very tent-like. I'll give you that.
Yeah, well, yeah, you kind of like you
You
make
nailed
it
it.
a tent. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look amazing
Didn't do the
actually.
job though. That's the key,
Yeah, it
right?
did. It did.
It kept you dry.
Yeah.
It kept you safe,
It
right?
well, sort of. Yeah.
Dry enough.
Yeah, dry enough. So I did this program and learned a lot of things, and it was really great because when I came out of the program, I felt a lot more able to like do something like this, which
Nice.
is something I'd always dreamed of. And so I was up in northern Vancouver Island. I got the job that I wanted to get, and I was just starting, and sort of like just a kind of reason. One of the things that brought me to do this, in addition to just like wanting to see wolves and stuff,
Yeah.
was like dealing with some personal stuff in my life,
Mhm.
and some difficult things that kind of motivated me to want to go back. And I kind of say like take my power back in a way.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I dealt with basically a really difficult time where I was sexually assaulted,
Oh,
and I didn't really give myself a lot of time to process. It pretty much happened like a month into doing this program.
okay.
And I was actually like the person that did this was actually in the program with me. So
Mm,
it was really challenging because
no doubt.
I kind of like shut down, and I kind of um went through all the like weird phases of not really like knowing how to process it, not telling people, and then
Yeah,
kind of having to face seeing this person every day for like 8 months was really tough.
no doubt.
And then I basically just like decided to go and do this job. And I didn't like go to therapy or anything. I just kind of was like, I'm going to
Yeah.
finish school and I'm going to do this. And so I hadn't really processed a lot. And I think once I got up, you know, to North Vancouver Island, and I was living like by myself in a trailer,
Yeah.
I started to kind of like deal with some of that. And I was like, I feel like something's been taken from me and I want to like get it back in a weird way. So
So a trip like this is a big step, like
yeah,
in
it was.
every way. Yeah.
Yeah. And I had no idea what I was doing. So like, I,
You had a
I
little
had,
bit. You had some training.
yeah, totally. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing in terms of looking for a wolf. So it's crazy that
Gotcha.
this happened, but I basically, had like 3-4 days off or something
Okay.
of work. And I'm already living in that area. So I was like, okay, so it's like a bit of I mean, you have to drive for quite a while down like a logging road to get to like the parking lot. And
Okay.
then the hike itself is like, to get to the place that I wanted to camp, it's about 17.6 kilometers.
Okay.
So I went off and I was really nervous. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna camp and I'm gonna see what happens. So
Yeah.
and if you wanted to go to that photo of me in my car, this is me basically being like, I don't know what I'm doing, and
Yep.
I'm gonna go
This is
out
the
and
beginning.
look for wolves. Yeah, and I got my little whistle and,
Nice,
and
nice.
yeah.
Looking
So
back at this, Charlotte, like seeing a
yeah.
photo like this, knowing how you felt right before you go into something like this, how different does it feel after the fact now? Knowing like you, were successful. Obviously, you're here telling the story. Nothing crazy bad happened. You had an incredible experience wildlife wise, right? You actually found the target and everything you were after, which is a rare thing, right? Is it interesting to look back at that photo and kind of see how I'm assuming how far you've come after that for just from that whole experience.
Yeah, it feels so good. I
Yeah.
mean, like I didn't expect to see a wolf. I didn't expect anything really to happen. I just was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go on a hike by myself,
Yeah.
basically. And
Yep.
at that point, that's what that was. And you know, I wanted to like feel all cool and like like I'm like doing this
Yeah.
right. And now like when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, that was cool. Like I
Uh-huh.
can't believe that happened, and I was nervous, and I was about to go out of service because you know there's no service in this
Gotcha.
area. So so it is a little scary. And actually I think about my mom when I look at this because my mom, she, you know, she's like, you know, I'm her baby, right? So
Yeah.
she doesn't so when I like sent my trip plan to my family, I didn't really like tell them that I was doing this until like right before.
I mean, give them less
because
time to talk you out of it. Yeah.
yeah, because I was worried that she was gonna like try to tell me not to do it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, totally.
So so I think about that and just like, you know, and then, you know, I when I got back, she told me never to do that again while she was alive. And then I went back the next year.
Sure. Yeah. Or just tell her after at that point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But
Everything's
anyways,
fine.
yeah, it was really special, and
That's
I
cool.
like the photo because it's like you don't know
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I when I hiked in, I was like, I had a really heavy pack. Obviously, I had my like telephoto lens in there. I kind of
Yep.
just like put it in a garbage bag because I didn't
Nice.
really have like a good way to put it in there. And yeah, and then you know, I hiked the 17.6K and got to this really gorgeous beach. It's
Sure
like
is.
beautiful, like really long, all sand beach with like, you know, there's like some rocks and stuff at like the edges. Yeah, like this beautiful, like a volcanic style.
Oh,
Like it almost looks like a Hawaiian kind of like
totally.
to it. When I like look at it, I feel like when I'm there, I feel like I'm in like some crazy place that's not where I live. I don't know. It's just
I love
it's
those
like
places that transport you like that.
yeah, and I love the sea. This is called sea stack, right? Where the
Yeah.
ocean kind of shapes the rocks, and like the trees are all wind blown and
Totally. Just
dramatic.
going sideways. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so that
And
is
I have a question for you.
yeah.
During this entire trip, did you encounter any other people?
I did. Yeah. I actually after it happened, I thought I was like pretty alone
Yeah.
at first, which I mostly was.
Okay.
Because I didn't see there was no cars in the parking lot where I parked my car,
Yeah.
and I was just like, okay, like I'm
I'm doing
alone.
this.
Yeah, and so yeah, I actually
Okay.
did run into these girls that were there from like Tofino area, and ended up hanging out with them a bit
Nice.
after the fact, which was really cool. And other than that, I don't think I really saw anyone
So at this
that
point, you hike back there, you get to this beach, you're seeing this scenery. It's just you. Like, what a connecting to nature experience, right? Just incredible
yeah,
already.
yeah. When I got there, it was quite like cloudy.
Mm.
So this sunniness that's after, it did not look like that when I first like got there. It was pretty much cloudy, and I got there and had to set up my camp. And
Yeah.
right after I set my camp up, it started pouring like
Oh,
torrential
no.
downpour. And so I couldn't get a fire going. I tried really hard, and there was just no fire
Oh, wow.
happening. And I was really scared. Actually,
Yeah.
I I can't remember being that afraid like ever because I had never done anything like this, and I was really far away from anything
Yeah.
or any phone signal. And when I set up my tarp, I was like, I know there's bears, cougars, wolves, there's like, I'm in the wild, and I don't even have a tent. I'm not even like, there's no door. Like,
You're not enclosed. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
So I was like trying to sleep, and every raindrop just sounded like something outside of the tarp. And I
So
was
you
just
didn't
like,
sleep.
no, I didn't actually. Not really. Like, I don't think I fully slept at all.
Yeah.
And it was like pouring. Like,
Oh, that's
there
rough.
was
So it's
like
loud. You can't
puddles.
hear anything out there.
It was like seeping through the tarp. Yeah, it was it was really, really intense.
Welcome. Like that's like the worst welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it was really like this fire pit was like from somebody else like long
Okay.
ago, or me trying to set something up and didn't work.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, I was really terrified. There was, everything was fine. Obviously, there was no like bears attacking me through my tarp.
That's good.
Um,
That's good.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then yeah, so I didn't sleep and then woke up
Yeah.
the next morning at about like 6, I guess. And it was crazy how it happened because I didn't even like have any time to prepare or anything. Like it was like this happened pretty much right as I woke
Oh, no
up.
kidding.
Yeah, like I got up and I like looked out onto the beach. At first I just saw like basically I was camped like there's a very long beach and I was camped kind of near one end of it
Okay.
and I was just in the tree line. So there's these kind of like flat spots that you can set up your campsite, and then
Yeah.
the tree is sort of like it's not like super thick. Like there's sort of open areas, and you can
Sure.
see pretty well in from the beach into like the tree
Yeah.
area. So I was just in the tree line, and then I like went and I looked out to my left, and I saw like some bald eagles on the beach,
Okay.
and was like, that's cool. Like it was like gorgeous morning. The sun was just starting to like set, and or sorry, rise, not
Yeah.
set. And I kind of like I think I like went and I like did something in my camp, and then I kind of like went and I looked back out, and then I saw a wolf, and I was like freaking out. Like
No
I
kidding.
first I saw one, and I was just like, no way, like that's not a wolf. Like
And you
I
don't even have your camera in your hand at this point because you
no,
weren't even
I was
like,
just like I just
yeah.
woke up, and then so I was like, okay, like I'm freaking out, obviously. So I go and like run and grab my camera. It was like right there because my camp was just right there.
Yeah.
And then I go back and I look, and then I see like a bunch of wolves. So I think I saw like 4 at first. So like
Okay.
this is like the first kind of shot that I took because I mean they were like farther away at this point,
Sure.
but like close enough where I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
like
It's like
they're
I'm
there.
looking
Like,
through my viewfinder and they're there. Click.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think at this point I'm just like like I didn't even think they're like super sharp or anything, but this was kind of like the first thing that I saw.
Yeah.
And then they started to come towards me, like all of them, and you can see in this shot like this is like I'm like, okay, like they are coming this way.
I was just gonna say, at that point, are you like, I mean, you got to be in your head like, I can't believe they're coming towards me and not away, not any, like, how crazy.
I just was like, I don't know what to do right now.
You probably can't even process it.
Yeah, I was like high off adrenaline essentially because I've just like pumping right like through my veins, just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can see them coming. I'm taking a couple shots, but I'm like, I need to like do something or like figure out where I'm gonna be. Like, what should I do? Like, I figured they probably already know I'm here
Yeah.
because they're so intuitive. And I just was like, I'm just gonna stay where I am, I
Is that
guess.
what you
So
did? Yeah.
yeah. So basically, I just was like, I don't know. I guess I'll just crouch in the tree line and just like sit here, kind of, and just like see what happens.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. I took my camera and I just kind of like crouched in the tree line. I'm still really visible. I was just in the like shaded part, kind of
Yep.
just like, I was like, I'm not gonna like hide. I'm just gonna like
Yeah.
stand here and
Yep.
see what happens. And, I think that's like an important thing, especially with predators, like that, that you're like confident and you're like, no, I'm
Yeah.
here. Like, and you're not like cowering. Right. And um, so this photo is like the first moment when like this wolf saw me. And
Wow.
this is, I believe it's the alpha male. I actually have a photo of it lifting its leg like right before when it was
Oh,
coming. And I was like, I think that that's like a pretty good sign that's like the
yeah.
alpha, kind of like leading the pack, just like, yeah. So this wolf sees me and it's like, oh, hi, like, and it was intense. I don't even, it's like I blacked out because I like remember it so well, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know how I was taking these
Yeah.
photos. I was like, just trying to like get, something.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's crazy, like looking into the eyes of a wolf and also just knowing that there's like more than one. And at this point, I didn't know how many there were. I think I
Sure.
saw initially like four. So I was like, okay, there's like some wolves coming here. And yeah, this was amazing. You can kind of tell like I don't know, I feel like you can tell the like powerful kind of masculine alpha male energy in this photo.
Well, and
Uh,
not only are you having this experience, but we talked about it just before we started recording. You're having this experience in like the best possible light. Like the condition,
yeah,
like look at this. Like this could have easily happened way too dark to shoot anything. It could have easily happened in the middle of the day, full sun, harsh, nasty light. You'd still love the
yeah.
photos in a way for the experience, but like, look at that. I mean, just come on,
Like
like,
the long shadow, you can just tell like
right?
the sun was just coming over the tree line, like
So
just,
nice.
yeah, it was insane. And like also the low tide was really cool.
That
Like,
too, right?
yeah. And so this I believe is the alpha female. I don't know for sure. I just like had a feeling with her.
Okay.
And so basically like that the male, he like looked at me for a bit and then he kind of like moved on and then essentially, there are a few more, right? But I'm like trying to figure out how to photograph this scene, right? There's a
Yeah.
lot going on. And so what happened is she came up and she saw me and that was a really special moment for me because she like stared at me for a really long time and
Yeah.
she was really close to me and she seemed really curious and was like, I was kind of like, "Oh, you're pretty close," like, and she was very fixated on me for like a pretty extended period of time, whereas the other ones were kind of just like running back and forth playfully
Gotcha.
behind. And she was just like, and she kind of like cocked her head and she's looking at me and she took a couple steps towards me,
Ooh.
and I was like, okay, like that's close enough, like for me.
Yeah.
So I basically just to kind of tell her that I was like, I'm just gonna like say something.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, "Hey,"
Yeah.
in a confident, calm kind of manner, like, "Hey, what's up?" Like,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and then she was like, "Okay," like,
There was a
I'm not,
reaction.
yeah.
Mm.
But it wasn't like there was no like kind of stress. It was just like I just
Yeah.
was like, "Hey," like,
Mm-hmm.
that's good. I was like, okay, so I see you and, you see me, but let's
Yeah.
just, that's good enough. So she kind of just stopped and we sort of had this moment and, yeah, I don't know. I can't describe it, but it was just like, she just had this like benevolent energy about her and it was just really cool.
So
And
cool.
yeah, and I just had, I was like, I just said hey to a wolf, so
Yeah.
no big deal. And so then she kind of like she moved on, and she's like, okay, like we're good. And then yeah, it was just amazing. I was from there. I was taking photos of them. Like I said, they were like it was almost like a dance. They were like there was some that you could tell were younger just by the way they
Mm.
looked, like just kind of like the lanky look, like a
Hmm.
puppy almost. This was, yeah, her, where there was, ones passing back and
Yeah.
forth. And the main shot that you were showing is like from that sort of sequence there where
Yeah.
this one kind of seemed almost like younger. And you can see like it was a little bit farther away, so you can see a bit of the water in the back, which I love.
I love everything about this. Just the walking into that beautiful light. And I'm just now realizing too, like the shadow of another one right here is what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Like that's a nice
Yeah.
little subtle touch, you know?
Mhm.
And yeah, just seeing that habitat back there, it's just, yeah, it's really cool. Like sense of motion. And for me as the viewer, I really love, there's like a sense of comfort there, right? The eye contact is really powerful, but that always comes with this sort of recognition of the wildlife subject and the photographer, right? There's that interaction there. And
Mhm.
whenever I see a wildlife photo like this, where the animal is not going away, but just kind of going about its business past the photographer, it's almost like you've captured it just in its element. It's almost like you're not even there, but obviously you were to take the picture. So there's just something kind of neat that comes with that to me, you know?
Yeah, well, and that's why I kind of like thought that the two that like really stared at me were like alphas, because it was like they're like looking out, they're like everything, they're aware,
Yeah.
whereas the other ones really didn't care, or like I don't know how much they saw me, but they just did not like stop or focus on me. They were doing their thing, and I was, taking pictures of that. And
Nice.
yeah, so basically what happened next was, they kind of like kept coming, and I did the best that I could to like get some shots
Sure.
with sort of a couple of them and then one. And so then what happened was like a bunch of them went down the beach, and it's a really long beach. So it was like pretty far. And then there was two that kind of decided to hang out where I was and stay behind. Yeah. So these two. And, at this point, I was like kind of like freaking out because I was like, well, where do I look? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I want to take photos of these. So I kind of was like switching back and forth
Nice.
because I wanted to get the whole scene. But
Yeah.
what happened next was super special. So they went down the beach, and I didn't know how many there were uh, at first, but there was actually 8 that went down the beach, as you can see in this photo.
Wow.
There's 8 of them, and then there's the 2 on the end, so there was 10 in total.
Wow.
So it's a big pack.
Yeah.
So they went down the beach, and then they started howling, and it was just insane. So you can see in this that this one's howling, and they started howling back and forth to each other. So you could hear the like distant howls, and you could see like the ones howling kind of from way in a distance, and the silhouette of it.
Yeah.
And then and then you look over here, and then you have this one howling kind of right beside me,
Wow.
near me, and it was crazy. I at this point I was like, what is happening? I
Yeah.
have no idea what's going on, but it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen and ever experienced. And
Oh, so cool.
so it was just, I think, I don't know how long the howling lasted, probably like a minute or two. It's amazing. They were obviously communicating something to each other, and
Sure.
2 of them kind of hung out. And then basically after the howling, the 8 went off along the beach and then into the tree line.
Yeah.
And then the other 2, after they had like, gone away, I was watching those other 2, and they hung out for a bit, but then eventually went into the tree line. And I was like, okay, like, my
Yeah.
God, like that was
Take a breath.
the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. And I figured it was like kind of like that was it. And then I went out onto the beach to like look at the paw prints in the sand, and just kind of like process what had just happened.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not even kidding, there was literally like a rainbow like
Oh,
in this,
geez.
and it was like, there was like like the mist of the water because it's all wavy and
Yep.
like I was just like blown away, right? It's like then I went out onto the beach and ended up seeing this one that was, I'm guessing, just one of the two that stayed behind.
Yeah.
And it was just out in the like intertidal, just kind of like foraging there. So I took like a really far away shot of it. And yeah, it was just hanging out and doing its thing and like eating whatever in the
That's so
intertidal.
cool.
Yeah, which is so like neat about like sea wolves, just because they're completely like different from other wolves that you might you see like in the interior, for example. Like
Hmm.
they have a whole different like ecology and things that they
Yeah.
eat. They will scavenge, they'll eat like little morsels in the intertidal.
Hmm.
And it's just, yeah, it's just really cool to see like this whole other kind of type of wolf. So
Yeah.
yeah. So then pretty much after, I watched that one just for a bit, and then it went into the tree line, and that was that.
That was
And
that.
and then yeah, that was me being like, I was definitely like teary and just kind of like, I felt so good. I felt like
Yeah.
it was more than I could ever ask for in an encounter. I did not expect to see a wolf at all, and the fact that I saw 10 was
Yeah.
just unreal. So
And for that length of time, that entire experience, like we said, the
yeah,
lighting for the photos, like
the
everything, it just really
whole
lined up. Yeah.
the whole encounter probably lasted about like 15-20 minutes.
That's awesome.
It was, I think it was more like, yeah, more like 15 probably, with like everything kind of in
Felt
with
like
the
30 seconds in the moment.
yeah, it did. It was like, it was so fast. I mean, definitely when I was like locked eyes with that one
Yeah.
in particular, that was like kind of an extended moment that I will never forget. And I actually got a tattoo of it on my
There you
arm.
go. That's the way to
It was
do
the
it.
best day of my life. So I have that lovely female's face staring back at me every day.
Nice.
And yeah, so that was me kind of being like, wow, this just happened. And being alone and working so hard to like get there and hiking that long and just, having that all to myself was
Yeah.
really amazing.
So
And I
special.
totally, yeah, I felt like accepted by them too, in a way. Like when I write about the story, which I've written a lot of things about it, and actually was really cool because I wanted to tell the story, but I didn't really know like how, and I ended up like researching some stuff after the fact, like, and I emailed BBC Wildlife magazine and
Yeah.
actually got a page published.
Nice.
So I got to write, like, it was like hard because I only had like I think 400 words. So
Yeah. Wow.
to fit that in 400 words was hard, but I got like the one of her staring in the back published, and
Oh,
then
okay.
yeah, and then the story. And so that was really special just to have that like actually published, and I got paid for my work, and it was
Yeah.
and
Excellent.
I had never like had a piece of writing published, so that was really neat.
Oh,
And
congrats. That's so great. What a wonderful way to just elevate it even
yeah,
more.
yeah, it was really cool. And so yeah, after that happened, I actually ended up I did see like those girls that I was saying
Yeah.
eventually, and was really cool because I got to like sort of share my photos with them
Sure.
because I was really excited.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going on like a little mini kind of day hike later in the day, and then that picture of me just with my pack is like later in the day when I was like, it was like the most beautiful day. It turned, it was like
Nice.
gorgeous sunny day. And then yeah, we just like walked up. There's a lighthouse at the very tip of the North Vancouver Island, and it's
Okay.
an area of Cape Scott. And so there was this lighthouse there. It's a really small little lighthouse, but there's these lighthouse keepers that live there.
Oh,
During a particular season, they're and then I think they switch over because I think you kind of always have to have somebody like operating it. But
Gotcha.
basically, you hike to the very, very tip, and then there's like there's these two guys that live there,
Hmm.
and they just like hang out, and it was cool because we got to chat with them,
Nice.
and they were like they just like have I think there was like one time a year or something where they have like friends come somehow. I think they
Okay.
like fly over or like they because it's so remote, you have to get
Yeah.
like supplies like flown in and stuff. But they have like a mini rave like apparently in their like garage or something, or
Nice.
their shed or something with like a couple of their friends, and I think they were like hungover from the rave or something. I don't know. And I'm like thinking about me just like alone with this like having this wolf thing with these like, these
Yeah.
guys raving in the middle of nowhere. Like,
So
so
odd. Yeah.
yeah, that was really funny. So yeah, so I wasn't like entirely alone in the
Hmm.
area, which is actually kind of nice to think about just because if
Sure.
something were to happen, like, there's like somebody near-ish, like
Yeah.
still a bit of a trek to get there, but there is like basically it's called the North Coast Trail. So
Okay.
you can hike all along this trail that goes, I think to do the whole trail, depending on how fast you do it, it's about, 6 or 7 days.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And you have to get dropped off by a water taxi.
Okay.
And if you plan it all right, you can get it picked up by a shuttle from this
Gotcha.
logging. So it's like, you have to like obviously plan it all,
Sure.
and it's like a bit of a slog. I've heard. I
Yeah.
haven't done the whole North Coast Trail. I just went to this one kind of
Sure.
sort of general area, and then. But yeah, I've talked to some people because I went back the next year. Didn't see wolves, but I had a great time, and
Nice.
I chatted with this couple that had just done the North Coast Trail, and they said it was very muddy.
Oh,
So
that's not fun. Yeah.
they were like, yeah, it was really like, and there's parts of it, it's hard to maintain a trail that's that remote. So,
Totally.
but yeah, it actually does get quite a bit of traffic in certain times of the year, but
Sure.
this was in May. So this was before everything kind of like got going for their
Gotcha.
season. But they do have park rangers that come in and like work on maintaining the trails and
Okay.
stuff. So
Nice.
yeah, so um yeah, it was really, really just the greatest day of my life. And
Well, thank you so much for sharing it with us. Yeah, it
yeah,
really does sound incredible. The last thing I want to chat about real quick before we wrap it up is just we don't have a before and after like I usually do with a lot of these stories. And that's because you don't really edit much, right? This is like pretty much out of the camera is what you were explaining.
yeah, I don't love being on the computer. I mean, I know I
I don't
think
blame
a lot
you.
of people can relate to that. I think, when I started photographing, like I'm not a professional. I don't make money from taking photos. I do it because I love it.
Yeah.
And I do like use photos of reference for my art because I'm an
Hmm.
artist as well. But generally, I just like I'm self-taught. I just kind of like learned to take photos by playing around, and yeah, I don't really like to edit too much. I think when I do edit, I kind of just like don't like it very much, or
Gotcha.
I do like minor edits sometimes,
Just
but
basic stuff. Yeah.
yeah, basic stuff, just like cropping and
Yep.
color correcting or whatever. But yeah, this is pretty much just out of camera. Like it kind of speaks for itself. The light was so
I mean, it
perfect.
shows how great everything was. You nailed the
Yeah,
exposure. Yeah, exactly. Like, why mess with it when it starts that great?
yeah. I've been working on learning how to edit a bit more, but I think uh, it's cool that that I've learned a lot on how to like get what I want in camera, and that
Totally.
kind of to be like a good photographer, and just kind of I can learn more and kind of just add that to like
Yeah.
my kit, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, definitely. Well, thank you again, Charlotte, for your time. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. I'm sure everybody watching is going to love this story. It's an incredible one. I love the personal connection, the whole sense of an achievement. I haven't done anything quite to the level of going out like that long on my own, but I've had those experiences myself, so I can very much relate where you walk out and you're just like, I cannot believe that just happened. And like, to me, it's just such a wonderful thing that wildlife photography can take us to those moments and give us that feeling of where you're just, your mind is blown. You're just like such an emotional, wonderful place and such a connection to nature and just inspiring all around, you know what I mean? And it all comes from our love of nature and being out there, and the photography can kind of put us in those places. And that seems like that's exactly what it did for you here.
Yeah, like I didn't expect anything like this would ever happen. I definitely didn't think that it would happen in the like time frame that I had,
Yeah.
which was no time at all, basically. It just everything that happened worked out in a way that was so perfect that I was like, I was meant to be here.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I don't know, like I'm not really, super like spiritual in that sense, but it was very much like a very spiritual kind of feeling
Sure.
being having that happen and the way that it all played out and just like my reasoning behind it too, just because I felt like very kind of empowered by it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was just amazing. And I never get tired of telling the story. And
Yeah.
I really appreciate you, letting me go long on this because I know
Yeah.
I can just like chat, once you get me going, then I'm go one step
Well,
at a time.
it's a wonderful thing when you're passionate about something like that. And
Yeah.
with a story like this, there was a lot that goes into it. So for sure, I loved hearing all about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me. I really, really enjoyed talking to you and sharing my experience. It was just like the greatest and still the best day of my life. I think about it every day. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me share.
All right. Keep it up.
Thanks. Will do. Nice to talk to you.
Same here.